guys, it's April Johnston here. I just wanted to show you some stuff I'm working on right now. First of all, to answer the question, can clay stay sitting out for over a year? Yeah, it can. It can, and it could be sitting here just ready to still be sculpted on. That's what I've got going here. My pumpkin project from last year got sidetracked, so it's here waiting for me now. But 'tis the season, right, for Halloween stuff. So this pumpkin was a gift from my good friend Karen Baker, and she actually sculpted the design for this, and then she made some resin copies. And she is such an amazing sculptor. If you get a chance to look at her stuff, please do, because it's amazing. So she had us one day come over and help her paint pumpkins because she was going to do a big Halloween show. And so we did that. It was really fun. And so I made a little video set on how to paint this pumpkin, which I'll leave the link to below this video so you can find that easily and find out how to paint them like this. And then I thought I would just show you what I'm going to do when you pick up a project like this that's, you know, been sitting forever. And unfortunately, I didn't even have saran wrap over it. I'm embarrassed to say, but oh well. Life gets crazy sometimes. So the main thing, the happy news, is that these are going to be painted anyway, so all this lint that is in it is not going to be a problem. May even add some nice texture. But what I want to do first is just kind of go through, kind of clean up these lumpy, bumpy areas. Just so if it's going to be lumpy and bumpy, it needs to be the parts that I put in there on purpose. Like right here, it looks like it maybe fell over or had a book land on it, or who knows what could have happened. Could be so many things. But the main thing is that you can just, you got to kind of work with the clay a bit because it's a bit harder because it's been sitting out. But it's still, I mean, Pro Sculpt is amazing that way. You just kind of come back to it whenever you need. I want to kind of re-emphasize that rib line here. So I'm just using my wooden tool to do that. And I'm going to come in from both sides just so it's kind of more of a, kind of like a valley from both sides. Just makes it look more realistic if you have both sides taper into that point. I mean, you can get as realistic as you want with this. It's really quite fun to do. I'm getting to the point where I want to just, you know, get it baked so I can get it painted and get some closure with the project. Okay, so it looks like back here, I don't know what happened here, if I just stopped sculpting or if I had to add something or what, but I want to go ahead and finish that up. So it's kind of nice because this project is, you know, really close to being done. Yet to me right now, it feels like I just picked it up, so it's going to have some gratification that way. Alright, so that's how you do some rib lines there. Kind of make them deeper if you want. And I will probably go through all of this with a paintbrush. I usually use a filbert. Usually about size 4 is the one I'm typically using, but I usually have size 2 and 6 hanging around too in case I need them. Especially on something bigger like this, size 6 is going to be great. Or on a male doll, because they're usually bulkier. Okay. Anyway, I would go through with that filbert brush and some smoothing gel or smoothing oil. So you can kind of just clean all this up. Now on the bottom, it's just going to be the bottom, but I still want to have kind of my details fading into it, at least there. Then I'm just going to keep tracing these. Another tool that's really great to use for this is the Johnston 3-in-1 tool, and you can really use either end. You can use this fingernail side if you want your creases to not be quite as abrupt. Remember, usually your creases come in pairs of 3. Sets of 3, I guess is a better way to say that. There we go. So you can use either end. This one will kind of make a little bit of a valley in one go, really. Then if you want to do some finer work, you can switch to the sculpting tool side of it, like that. A lot of times you just kind of want to press down on one side, just kind of indent it rather than cut into it. That can kind of help clean up some things. And then also another great tool to have is the wrinkle detail tool. Just really fine. So you can get in there and add a few more little details like that. So through some of this, I'm just going through and kind of redefining some things that maybe got a little bit squished, or I just didn't get around to finishing sculpting in the first place. I think even on those eyelids, I'm going to give them a little bit more of a wrinkle since I can. This wrinkle detailer will leave such nice, fine little marks. So it's great to have. So he's got a little piece of glitter, which at my house I'm not too surprised. It's going to happen to you if you stay here long enough. I mean, some of these marks I could just leave so it could be a little bit warty looking, but some are like this where it looks like he got squished. And so I just want to go through him really carefully and get him all ready. Now he is bulky. He's got foil in there, of course, but he still has a good amount of clay on him, so I'm probably going to bake him a good 30 to 40 minutes. At 275 Fahrenheit, and that's for using the Pro Sculpt clay. You can use any color, and this is also a great way to use dirty clay because you're just going to be painting over it anyway. He's got a few hairs in here that are just, they have to go. Okay, so he's looking pretty good. And this other dude, he needs the same thing done to him, gone all over, and then I need to actually make his little stem. So I could show you how to make the stem, and then we could call it good. So I'm just grabbing some clay that I had here handy. Happens to be a light color, but also it's a chunk of my dirty clay too from some sculpting I was doing. What was I working on? Let's see. Oh, another little face. Trying to make some siblings for this sweet little Victorian BJD. I love her so much. Anyway, so I got this one, except she looks older, and so now I need to make a bigger body. And so I need to make a, I want a little brother now too, so he's going to be a little bit tinier, and a boy, which is unusual. I don't often do boys. I have boys, apparently, with my 5 sons, but I don't usually make them in my dolls unless I'm doing a Mel Fairy, or a Santa, or a Scarecrow Man. I guess I kind of do boys too. All right, so what I'm going to do is just kind of roll this into a ball. And to do that, you want to get your hands tightened out so your palms are really taut. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of roll it into a tube as well. And then I'm actually going to do it this way, where I'm going to draw some of my lines in here already. I'm going to kind of vary them just a little bit. This is going to be more like background lines. Just so you've got some ridges from that pumpkin stalk or stem, whatever you would call it. All right, and then I just want to kind of pinch down one side, and I'm just going to start twisting, just like that. And I want the end to kind of be more like this. Okay, that's going to be kind of cute. Now, before I put it on, I'm actually going to go through and make some of these a little bit more deep. Do some deliberately here. Especially because as I was twisting it, some of them got a little bit squished in the process. But now we've got different layers and levels of these indentations, which gives it a really nice natural look. And then for down here, I'm actually just gonna kind of treat it like a tree and just maybe draw some circular shapes here. Okay, now I want to kind of brush away any of those little pills of clay that were kind of getting in the way there. And then I think I'm actually going to make a little bit of a hole in his noggin. So it can kind of go in there better. Oh, that's cute. It almost looks like a hairdo, right? Anyway, I like that. Okay, so that's cool. So I will show you another video later when I've got these guys baked and ready to paint and all that kind of stuff. But that's just kind of how you get your piece ready like this. Stay tuned. I've got some more cool videos coming up for you, especially this Halloween season. So I hope you'll stop by and enjoy the fun. Check out the new sculpt boxes at makingfairies.com. is the easiest place to find them. We've got a new scarecrow doll that's just adorable. That's a new kit, art doll kit, and then also a new sculpt box that is the Jacko box. It's a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. It's so cute. It's really cute. Anyway, you'll have to take a peek. So, happy sculpting and have a great weekend.